называется Слуцкі Збройны Чын. У нас эти святкования традиционно святковали заджинотные американских ветеранов. Они довгий час святкували свято війни, фактично були герої. Але вже майже ще ті ветерани наші відійшли, вояки наші, жовнери. І вже 4 роки тому назад ми перейняли це святкування робити тут у ню-джэрсі, супойно з Нью-Йорком Пагоня. Я тепер переключуся трошки на англійську мову, розкажу трошки про слуцьке повстання по-англійськи, бо це саме важливе, щоб наші люди, які тут не розуміють, можуть подивитися і розуміти по-англійськи трошки про наше свято. Okay. In November of 1920, the armies of Bolshevik Russia and Poland, which were conducting an armed conflict on Belarusian land with the intention of annexing Belarus to their respective countries. Against the will of the Belarusian people, the Treaty of Riga divided Belarus between Soviet Russia and Poland in 1921. On November 14, 1920, the Congress of Случчыне started its work. There were 107 delegates from Slucag and its surroundings, as well as several representatives of the Belarusian Army General Balakovich. The government of the Belarusian National Republic, BNR, appointed Pavel Zhaurid its commissioner in Случчыне. The Congress passed a resolution declaring the authority of the government of the Belarusian National Republic and protesting against the Soviet invasion of Belarus. A decision was made to organize armed resistance against the Bolshevik occupation. And there was a statement issued which reads as follows. The first Belarusian Congress of Случчыне, formed of 107 persons, salutes the Upper Rada of the Belarusian National Republic and declares that it will give all its powers for the revival of our fatherland and categorically protests against the occupation of our fatherland by foreign and imposter Soviet powers. Long live the independent national Belarusian Republic and its ethnographic borders. This statement attests to the fact that this uprising, in large part, was that the BNR, the Belarusian National Republic, in fact, was a catalyst of this uprising, and it played an important role in its organization. The military command was given to a troika led by Pavel Zhaurid. The Rada declared a general mobilization and continued creation of military units. The mobilization was very successful among inhabitants of Случчыне and surrounding villages. Soon there were 10,000 men mobilized into the newly created forces. The military defense action was actively supported by Belarusian nationalists from different regions of Belarus, at that time occupied by Polish troops. The Slucag Rada had tight contacts with the army of Stanislav Balakovich and planned to coordinate with it. Balakovich is a very controversial character, to say the least, in Belarusian history. He's acknowledged and regarded quite highly by the Poles, who consider him to be a Pole, possibly of Belarusian extraction, and he also is regarded somewhat by most Belarusian historians. On November 27, the first encounters between Belarusian and Soviet forces began. The Slucag Brigade made some successful attacks near several towns against the Belarusian forces fought the Omsk division of the Red Army. Despite some support from the local population, the Belarus units lacked ammunition and arms. However, the powers were unequal, and on December 31st of that year, 1920, the Slucag Brigade had to retreat to Polish territory, where it was disarmed by Polish border guards. Some of the defendants of Slucag later returned to Belarus, but were captured by the Bolsheviks and dealt with accordingly. Some of the Belarusian military stayed in the region as a partisan Green Army, and continued armed resistance against Soviet rule till the 1930s. In exile, November 27th has become a holiday celebrated by political exiles that fled the Red Army near the conclusion of World War II. During perestroika, numerous political groups dedicated themselves to publicize the history of a movement that was virtually erased from history during the Soviet times. Today, groups like the Belarusian Popular Front and many intellectuals in Belarus celebrate it as Heroes' Day. However, Belarusian officials under President Lukashenko continue to not recognize the Slucczyk military defense as a holiday, mostly due to pro-Soviet official state ideology prevailing in Belarus. And I'll leave it at that. Some of our other speakers today will fill in the blanks. I purposely didn't expound too much on the battles. We'll hear about these later, or see this later in the film or video. Теперь я хочу представить Виталия Зайку, який є старшиня Пагоні,